All right. How's it going, everyone? Mark here at your favorite place, TST Industries, in the garage. And I must say, our Grom has definitely seen better days. We treat it like a stray dog in the streets. It's been thrashed around, bashed, crashed, left out in the rain. It needs some help, man. It really does. We've had a ton of fun with this Grom since we got it in 2017. However, we needed a refresh look. I think everyone in the Grom community needed a fresh look. And Honda heard the cries, and voila, here we are with a 2022 Honda Grom, courtesy of our friend David Hugh at DH Motoring. You may know him from doing crazy builds, doing some top-end projects in the Grom community. So check him out if you haven't already. He's a local rider. We've worked with him in the past, and we're looking forward to working with him in the future. But as I said, here we are, 2022 Honda Grom. This is our first video of many that we're gonna do with this bike. We got our hands on one, so why not do a video, right? So we're gonna do a quick overlook of this bike compared to the previous generation and the one before that and see what you all think. Personally, I gotta say, I think it's beautiful. So starting with the headlight, it looks like they went back in time. They went with the single unit roundish look of the OG Grom. However, they did use an internal diffuser, so it looks like it has that dual LED headlight setup with the OG look. So I gotta say, huge thumbs up to Honda on that part. Fairings. We're coming down to the fairings. They've done a phenomenal job. I know it looks a little rough, but seeing it in person, I gotta say, I'm a huge fan. When you sit on it, just like on the SF Grom, you're getting these cues of the fairings popping out, kind of locking you in place on this machine. Honda did incorporate this side panel. I like these big fasteners that they've gone with. They're actually pretty small. They have countersunk features. I think that this has a lot to do with Honda wanting to give riders the ability to customize their bikes even more, offering different fairing packages as we've seen at some expos. Coming back to the seat, they've gone ahead and they made it a completely flat seat. The material is a little different. If you have an SF Grom, you would know that this material is a little porous. It feels loose on the seat. I'm not sure if that's due to us breaking it in or not, but this seat feels primo. It really does feel really nice and premium. I'm curious to see how it holds up after you rack up a couple miles, a couple thousand miles, if it gets a little softer, if it remains as firm as it is right now. Either way, I really do enjoy it. And I do want to mention one of the coolest features that we've seen taking this bike apart, and it's something that not many people, if at all, have talked about, and I'm sure you Grom owners are going to be really excited about this, but the subframe is replaceable. That's right. You can take off the subframe now. If you happen to go down, if you loop your bike, you can just take a few bolts off, replace the subframe, and get back on the road. And then coming back, if you're riding behind this bike, you know exactly what it is. Honda went with the original Grom look. It's the taillight you know and love, the wheels you know and love, 12-inch wheels. Everything on this bike is exactly what you expected from a Honda Grom. Now, this new 2022 Honda Grom does now have a fifth gear. A lot of you previous gen Grom owners did go ahead and install a fifth gear transmission, aftermarket. You wanted to stay in the power band a little bit more, and I think Honda heard those outcries. There's now fifth gear on this bike. It takes a while to get you to, but you can get there. I think once David Hugh and the other aftermarket companies get a hold of this motor and start breaking it in, I think that there will be plenty of options to help you get to that fifth gear a lot quicker. But for now, there is a fifth gear, and if you find it, cool. Congratulate yourself, pat yourself on the back. Moving on, the dash. They did upgrade the dash. I know we've been dealing with this semi-digital, not really, analog dash on the Grom. Honda went ahead and changed it quite a bit. It now has a gear indicator, which is huge. I think it's really nice because a lot of beginner riders do hop on these machines, so having a gear indicator is always a cool thing. Now, they did increase the wheelbase, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna have to do something about that. The case covers are different, so if you have current frame sliders or some sort of stunt cage, there is a chance that they will not fit on this bike. There are a few things that are different. We did install some parts on this bike. I'm gonna go ahead, we're gonna cover that in Bart's video. He's gonna go over the parts he installed, what he wants to do with this bike, hopeful projects that we're gonna go into in the future. We're not gonna go over that now, but just know, we do have the stock fender. We ripped this thing off, chucked it to the side, stock taillight, stock signals, everything's gone for now, and we will be covering that in a separate video, so be sure to check that out on our channel if you haven't already. Other than that, man, Honda, they take something that's great, make it a little bit better, And I have to say, I think the Grom in particular is probably one of their best selling bikes by far. This bike is awesome. I'm really excited to get our hands on it. I've been eyeing it for a while. I think there's not too many new motorcycles coming out nowadays that really excite us. The Grom is a little bite-sized snack that everyone loves. Everyone can ride it, everyone does ride it, and it's truly one of Honda's best-selling motorcycles. I'm really glad that they went ahead and updated the looks, updated the motor, gave us all something fresh. I'm excited to see where it goes in the US with the different colorways and everything else we're going to get. I'm excited to see what aftermarket parts everyone begins to offer. And I'm really excited to see the cool builds that everyone does. Everything from stunting to slammed and stretched and race bikes. I mean, these things, they see it all. And I'm really excited to see what you all do to these bikes. But for now, we want to hear your thoughts. You got mine, I'm done, but we want to hear yours. So be sure to leave them in the comments below. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you're interested in us making any new parts, anything crazy off the wall. We do take that feedback into consideration when we go into the R&D department and start tinkering with things. I hope you guys stick around. This is Mark from TST Industries. Be sure to check us out, tstindustries.com. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn the notification bell on. Reach us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, you name it, we're there. Catch you guys next time.